My name is Kevin Rita. 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 I am a St. Charles. No. Hello. My name is Kevin Rita. I am a high school student, a senior at St. Charles East High School. I'm doing a project for my film class, my final project, and it's to make a documentary. I chose to make a documentary about one of my art teachers here at East. He's just a very unique person, and from the second I got to know him, I knew he was going to be some interesting, pivotal role in my life. He has a lot to say, and his art is beyond insanity. It's beautiful, and it should have recognition across the world. I believe he has the talent to be in major museums, and he's just always happy, and he's just an eccentric person, and I'm very excited to get to know him even more. Can you please state your name for the camera?
I am Gregory Chapman.
What is your occupation?
Teaching art.
What type of art?
Currently I teach 2D, which is painting and drawing. In the past I've basically been in charge of 3D and ceramics. And then so after about 25 years of that, I phased it out and kind of handed it over to one of my former students, Mr. Nelson. And so now he's in charge of clay, and I take over for the 2D.
Do you enjoy 2D more than 3D?
I think 2D is more long-term familiar for me. So like when I was a child, I always drew. When I was in middle school, high school was always something 2D. I had taken like a ceramics class, but I never really got hooked on clay until it was like teaching it. So even in college, I tried to avoid clay. I enjoyed sculpture, but they needed a job here. They needed a ceramics teacher here in the East. So I got hired.
How long have you been working?
This is year number 29, right out of college at St. Charles. I call it St. Charles because it was one school at one time, and we had like almost 4,000 kids in one school. And then when North was open and split, they called this East. So now I work at St. Charles East.
And you started right after college at St. Charles?
Yeah, I lived in Madison with my wife, who was my girlfriend then, now my wife. And we both went to school there. We both got our degrees. She got a degree in English, high school English teaching. And then I got a degree in art ed. I looked outside of Madison because I enjoyed Wisconsin. There's some nice things about it. There were openings, but nothing ever came through. But I stopped in Kane County and just put my name on a list for jobs in the area and applied for, there was one art position open in Kane County, and it was here. Put my stuff in, didn't really think about it because I didn't even know what St. Charles was. And then I got a call. So I came for an interview, let them know who I was. And then they called me back for a second interview. So it was looking kind of good. I had to do some writing. And then on that third interview, slid the contract across the table. I was like, woo! And then signed it. Yeah, so I met with the department head in the first one, department head and vice principal. And then the third one was all three of them at the table recruiting me. So.
Have you been working with anyone in the school for a amount of time as well?
Mr. Shackelford is the one I know Mr. Nelson would be the longest one I've been working with because he was a freshman in high school when I came out of college. So my first year here was his first year as a freshman. He became my ceramics student about sophomore year. He fell in love with clay, went all the way through it, went to college for it. After working in the clay industry, he realized that he'd probably be a good teacher. So he started doing the stuff to get his master's to be a teacher. We kept in contact. I let him observe classes for some of the college things he had to do. And then when he had his degree, because we had such a rapport and I knew he was good, with people, and good at clay. So I did everything I could to get him interviews here. And after a few, what was it, two cycles of people for a position, he finally got in. And then we had our 3D photo teacher. And then since then, he's been here over 10 years, and well worth the investment because he's one of our best teachers in the school, I feel. So.
Do you ever plan on taking on?
I tell you what, I feel like I've done enough here and made enough impact in one area that I can maybe start coming back, reevaluating who I am away from this school, because 30 years, my identity is wrapped up in this school. So in order to get something that when I do retire or leave, that I'm just as full and centered without having to have, you and other students to kind of lift me up.
Do you plan to continue to create even after you retire?
Oh, it's essential to my happiness and rooting and mission in life, because I feel like my gift is art and probably my heart for people. I feel like that's why I'm here. Without it, I don't know what I would do to feel like I'm contributing. You've got your writers, you've got your documentary filmmakers that are trying to make a difference, you've got your athletes, you've got your soldiers, you've got your scientists, and I think all those people have a gift and they're here for a reason, and they're doing everything they can to share before they go, hopefully. And that's kind of what I feel about art, particularly over the past 10 years for social interaction, like social media. I've been able to post regularly and cause conversations amongst people that normally wouldn't talk about art.